Guys, I was scared. I peed on my pants.
Earl on the beat.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amazon AMATZONEBR and it's story time. So I don't know if I'm a good storyteller, but this is like my first story on this channel. So I'm gonna tell y'all the story how I got robbed twice. Guys. Okay, let's get started. Let me tell you a story. So when I was in my second year, I had to go stay alone, okay, somewhere off campus, and it was close to school because we need to trek this, you know what I mean, save some cash, and then we're gonna walk all the way down to the school gate. And it wasn't far from school. It was like a 10 minutes walk from where I stayed all the way down to school, and then I'll just come home, and I was the girl who mind my business. I only spoke to a couple of people, which was the guys opposite and the guy, like two people in my compound, because I don't have what to tell you, and they be smoking weed, and I didn't used to smoke weed, and I don't like weed, so I can, I'm not discriminating, but we just had nothing to talk about, nothing in common, okay? So, people of God, I came back on this very beautiful day. And then the first incident that happened was that when I got back, at the time, I needed to get some cash from my parents because my parents stay in the same town as I did, but they were quite far from school, and that was going to be a long journey if I was supposed to stay with them to go to school. I missed some of the morning classes, okay, 7 a.m., and I wasn't going to risk that because those courses were quite compulsory and very important. And then at this point, I just got back from school, and I was so tired and exhausted, and I still needed to go and see my parents because I had my school fees, and they had cash. They wanted to give me cash, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go see my parents, and then I'll get my school fees and everything. Now, prior to the time, my dad had gotten me this beautiful HP Stream laptop. You guys, this laptop was sweet. And the funny thing was that I didn't really used to carry this laptop around. I just had it in my room. I just keep it in my room, watch movies with it, plug it in my room, charge it. I only take it to school when it's very necessary. And I had a big school bag, so it's not like you would suspect something is inside there. And then, so I moved with this laptop, and I stepped out of the house. My battery was low, and I was with a friend. And when we stepped out of the house, I was like, I'm going to go see my parents. I'm just going to run back this evening. But then at a point, I just said, why am I carrying the laptop? I might just drop it. Literally all the time when I go to see my parents, I carry my knapsack and I put the laptop and I go with it all the time. So this day, I just said, I'm not going to carry the knapsack. So I went back in, I dropped the knapsack, dropped the laptop, and then I locked the door and I went to see my parents, okay? And then I could not come back the same day. I had to come back the day after. And then when I got back around 11 a.m. in the morning, oh my God, you guys. When I got back around 11 a.m. in the morning, I actually noticed that I had this orange bag, very cute orange bag that I just gotten, and I not even used it at the time. And it had a string, a beautiful design string, like a talisman. So when I got back, I saw the talisman in front of my stairs. So I'm like, okay, what's my bag talisman doing here? It looked so familiar, and I was like, I know this thing. And then I started to panic, and then I moved closer, and guess what? My door was wide open. My entire house and room had been turned upside down. My laptop was gone, my charger was gone, every other thing that looked like an electronic device was gone, including the sockets. Like, at a point I'm like, wait, whoa. It dawned on me, like, you guys, I could not talk. I was so tense. I panicked. I started crying, and I asked my neighbors, I said, are you aware that my room was raided? And they're like, I don't know about it. We didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything? Are you kidding me? They literally just bent and broke the door and took out everything that looks like an electronic device out of my room, and you're just the next door and you didn't hear? And everybody just said they didn't hear anything, they didn't know what happened. And guys, I was so tense. I cried. I ran down somewhere, got airtime, I called my father, and then my mom came, my dad came, and I literally went crazy because this is my laptop, and I was going to use this laptop I was just close to doing my seminar project, and I had a lot of things I needed this laptop for. My mom said it's okay, it's fine, that the person probably saw me when I left and saw when I brought back the laptop and dropped it and all of that. And that one just passed. And I still feel every time when I need a laptop to do something and I don't have one readily available, I always remember that laptop because it was still very new and it wasn't even up to 2 months yet, and it was brand new, you guys, and it cost like 100,000 at the time, 130,000 at the time when I got that laptop. And I still feel so bad about it. And that was the first incident. The second incident, however, I was robbed at gunpoint, you guys. So I came back from school. I was pretty very tired. I was so tired and exhausted. I was still working on my project. So I got a friend of mine who was my friend in school. We're friends in school, we're still friends. So she gave me a mini laptop and told me to take it home so I could just do my projects because I had a seminar to defend like in the next 2 to 3 weeks. 3 days rather. So I took this laptop home. I started working in late into the night, and then at a point I slept off. So when I slept off, I woke up immediately, and then I packed this laptop and then I put it in my laundry bag that was just beside my bed. And for some strange reason, I slept off again. I don't know how that happened. I didn't lock my door. I literally closed my door, but I didn't lock the door. And I didn't know when it was already past 11 p.m. and into the midnight. And then I just jumped out of my sleep. And then I saw my phone. So when I picked my phone, I had messages coming in from WhatsApp and Facebook. So there was this friend I was chatting with. And then he said, oh, you slept off? I said, yes, I did sleep off. He said, hope you sure locked your door. And then that was when I remembered, oh my God, I didn't lock my door. I ran to the door immediately. And when I got to the window, I saw these guys. They were literally armed robbers. There were 4 of them, and they had machetes and guns. I could see them from my window. But now the thing was, if I'm going to lock my door was going to make a sound. It was that terrible. So when I saw these guys, I had to like put myself together. I was having goosebumps. So I just held the door closely. And while trying to close the door, I hit something in the room, and then there was that sound, and then I saw them, and they were not looking for where the sound came from. So before I could hit my door to lock it immediately, guys, they were at my door. They were banging the door, they were hitting the door, and they were hitting the door. And I don't know, I still pushed the door. These are 4 hefty guys, and they wore Timberland shoes. I saw them. I legit saw these niggas. They had a mask on though, but I saw their shoes and their legs. So they hit the door so much, and I was screaming. And it's so funny how people around didn't notice I was screaming except just one person. And when the guy heard, I saw him trying to open his own window because it was like adjacent my own room. And these guys, they hit the door to a point, the door fell on me. And I was in the room. The door legit fell on my face. And you guys, I was naked. The only thing I had on was a transparent net top and a jean bomb short that I had worn when I came back from school. So I was that exhausted from everything I did. I didn't even take a shower at the time, so I just slept off, and that was all I wore. Guys, I was scared. I peed on my pants, and then they brought out a gun and they said, hey, give us the money. And I was like, I literally had to stop, and I asked which money, because I don't remember doing any serious job or if somebody told you guys something that there was money anywhere around this house. I don't remember having money around here. I don't remember working or being a businesswoman who brings money home. So I don't know where this idea of bring the money came from. And then my phone light beeped, and it was still that my friend trying to send a message. So he sent a message, said, lock your door so that you sleep peacefully. So they just saw the phone, the whole sound, notification sound and everything. They grabbed the phone, and the guy brought out the gun, and he still kept saying, where is the money? You guys, I was so shocked. And thinking about it, after a while, I was like, maybe because there was a time a friend of mine had a competition to do in the next state, that was Akwa Ibom, and they saw us carry the entire competition thing and the materials we needed. Maybe they thought that we went there to win some kind of fund or some kind of cash, and I brought it home because it was just like a few days after we came back from that trip. And guys, I peed on my pants. Then he used the gun and he knocked me off, and they left the room. The only thing I still thank God for today is that those guys didn't rape me. And when they stormed out, that's when my landlady came out, because she had issues with her legs, so she was using a walking stick, and the whole time she's been trying to walk up to the location. These guys had long guns, they had short guns, they had machetes, and then they ran off into the street before the woman could scream and everyone could come out. I was so tense. It took a neighbor. When I called my dad at the time, it was around 2 a.m. When I called my dad, the first thing my dad said was, "Are you all right?" Because my dad knew something was wrong for me to call at that time of the night. I'm thinking about it now. I'm so I'm still feeling terrible, and I was so tense. I cried my eyes out. I had to go sleep with a neighbor, and then they fixed my door. My neighbors tried to fix my door. They set up everything in the room. They closed the door, and then the next day my mom came. She made me a meal. She now said I should pack my things. That's why I left that room that day and went to stay with a friend, and then from there I was just staying with my friend and going to school from there until I finally got to move out. Until today, everybody claims they literally didn't hear me scream, apart from the guy and my landlady, who actually said she saw them from the back entrance of the compound. It wasn't pretty a safe place, and where I wasn't really safe, you guys. But I just feel like it's God that kept me the entire time until this incident happened. And when the second robbery happened, that's when my dad said, "You know what? It's time to pack your things and you've got to leave." And I left. And since then, I still have the phobia of staying at home alone, especially at night. But I'm going to overcome it because I don't have a choice. I could be alone at night and I sleep, but if I hear the slightest sound of something funny, foreign and strange, I'm waking up. I still have that anxiety, and it's crazy. But I'm just glad I'm able to talk about this now. So you guys, it is terrible. So if you're staying off campus, please ensure that you have all safety measures put in place, because it is really terrible, especially in this country where I lived and I schooled. All right? Oh, that's it. So that's it for my story time, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my story. So I'd like you to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell, rather, leave a comment, and also give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you like story time and you enjoy my story, let me know in the comment section. I'll bring you more stories. Bye.